At 58, Catherine Miller thought she was beyond caring what her ex-husband thought. 23 years of marriage, ended 5 years ago when he left her for someone younger. She'd rebuilt her life, found her confidence again, made peace with being alone. Then the invitation arrived. Thomas was remarrying, and somehow she still felt that old ache. Her daughter Emma squeezed her hand. "Mom, you don't have to go." "I want to," Catherine said quietly. "I need to show myself I've moved on." But had she really? The chance encounter. The coffee shop near the venue was busy that Saturday morning. Catherine sat alone, gathering courage when she overheard the man at the next table. "Yes, I understand. Cancel everything this weekend. I need time to think." He was distinguished, perhaps 60, with kind eyes that held a deep sadness. When he hung up, Catherine saw him staring at his wedding ring. Their eyes met. "Forgive me," he said. "I don't usually conduct business so publicly." "Forgive me for overhearing," Catherine replied gently. His name was David Foster. Over coffee they talked. His wife had passed away 2 years ago. Today would have been their 35th anniversary. "I run a company," he said, "employ hundreds of people. But today I just feel alone." Catherine understood. "I'm attending my ex-husband's wedding in an hour. I keep telling myself I'm fine going alone. But honestly, I'm terrified of facing everyone's pity." The words tumbled out before she could stop them. "This will sound crazy, but could you pretend to be my date? Just for today? I can't bear arriving alone." David studied her for a long moment. Then, surprisingly, he smiled. "I'd be honored. The wedding." David offered his arm as they entered the garden reception. He was naturally gracious, asking thoughtful questions, making her laugh. Thomas stared when he saw them. His new bride was lovely, barely 40, but as Catherine watched them, she felt something unexpected, relief. "You're free," David whispered as if reading her thoughts. During dinner, they talked like old friends. David spoke of his late wife, Margaret, with such tenderness. "She taught me that love isn't about perfection. It's about choosing each other every single day." Catherine felt tears prick her eyes. "Thomas never chose me, not really, I see that now." The truth comes out. As they danced, David grew quiet. "Catherine, I need to tell you something. I'm not just any businessman. I'm the CEO of Foster Industries. I'm quite wealthy." She pulled back slightly, confused. "When you asked me to pretend today, I almost said yes because it seemed easier than explaining why a supposedly successful man was sitting alone, crying over coffee on a Saturday morning." His voice softened. "But somewhere during this day, I stopped pretending. This became real." Catherine's heart raced. "I haven't felt alive since Margaret died," David continued. "Today with you, I remembered what it feels like to simply be. No title, no expectations. Just two people who understand loss and are brave enough to keep living anyway." 6 months later, Catherine stood in David's garden watching the sunset. They'd taken it slowly. Dinners, long walks, honest conversations about grief and healing and second chances. "I never went to that wedding looking for love," she told him. "Neither did I," David replied, taking her hand. "But maybe that's when we find it. When we're finally honest about our broken places." She leaned against him. At 58 and 60, they both knew something young lovers don't. That real love isn't about fairy tales. It's about two people who've lived long enough to know what matters. "Thank you," she whispered, "for being real with me." "Thank you," he said, "for seeing me when I'd forgotten how to see myself." The end. Oh, sometimes, friends, our greatest blessings come disguised as ordinary moments. Stay open, stay honest. Life has a way of surprising us when we need it most.